to the She Leads podcast. I'm your host, Adrienne Garland, CEO and founder of She Leads Media, a global media company dedicated to the advancement of women leaders and entrepreneurs worldwide. I'm also an adjunct professor at NYU and Rice University, where I teach on the topic of entrepreneurship. I'm a mom to 2 wonderful young men and married to my best friend from college. Join me each week as I dive into raw conversations with remarkable, uncompromising, and inspirational women entrepreneurs and leaders. My hope is that these conversations and their advice will encourage you to put yourself out there and gain the visibility that you and all women deserve. We're all about stripping away the sugar-coated conversations and moving boldly in the direction of our magnificent dreams. For far too long, women have been conditioned to soften their words, modify their actions, and show up in the world to conform to outdated at best and harmful at worst cultural norms and ideals. Why? To keep those who are outside of the power structures from gaining power, prestige, wealth, and influence. This has prevented women from being recognized and respected as the powerful leaders that we truly are. The She Leads podcast is here to shine the light on all the incredible women, to encourage us to show up, speak up, and showcase the amazing work we do. Speak with confidence about the innovative and transformational thoughts that we have, and celebrate the positive impact that we are making in this world, both personally and professionally. So let's do this. Let's lead. Happy Friday, everybody, and welcome back to the She Leads podcast. I am so excited to speak to you today. This is a solo episode that I'm recording today because we have a whole bunch of guests that are lined up in the coming weeks. However, we over here at She Leads have been prepping for the She Leads Live 2024 conference, as the last 2 episodes have told you all about. We are incredibly excited about the opportunity to welcome over 300 women to New York City and hear from over 20 speakers that are completely dedicated to transforming you, your mindset, your business, and hopefully your life. So I am here today, and this is an interesting recording because I had recorded something earlier today that just didn't record for some reason. So that episode is somewhere floating around in the ether. I wanted to just kind of do something a little bit different. I did a recording as I was driving to the gym, and I shared that one of the things that I'm very proud about is that since January, I've been extremely consistent with going to the gym and working out with weights and with a trainer between 2 and 3 days a week. And while I have not turned into the $1 Million Woman or Wonder Woman, my strength has dramatically increased. I felt that I had lost a lot of strength and flexibility because of the pandemic. I wasn't working out as much and I was home all the time. Everybody else was as well. And I really was feeling weak, and I did not like that feeling. So I committed to working with a trainer, and it has been incredible. And like I said, the fact that I have been so consistent with that has really done a great job of teaching me that even though you might not be able to transform overnight, with consistency, the transformation happens, right? It's everything that is spoken about in the book Atomic Habits by James Clear. Little changes taken over a long amount of time really do make a difference in the direction that you would like it to make a difference. When you're intentional about that and you set those habits up for your transformation or what you want to bring into your life, you can truly accomplish great things. if you're not aware and you have habits that are not supportive of what you would like to bring into your life, then those also compound, right? So you can see that little changes either way are going to build up to something bigger over time when the habits are not great habits that leads you down a path where you necessarily don't want to go. But when they are in support of you, your business, your health, your well-being, those taken over time really do make a difference. And I know in today's, fast-paced world where we want everything to happen overnight, this can be frustrating. And so the whole concept of, trust the process, just keep consistent, there really is something there. And I'm seeing it for myself in my physical being. And those lessons are so relevant to business as well. So the reason that I'm talking about consistency at all is because, well, one, it's definitely a topic that I have been listening to from many of the wonderful podcasts that I listen to. And also because this podcast, we have been incredibly consistent with releasing episodes every single week for over a year. And that is something that I'm so very proud of, that I'm able to bring what expertise I can to you, and also showcase so many different incredible experts, leaders, women entrepreneurs that are making a positive and impactful difference in the world. I want to continue to do that so that the body of work builds up over time. And that the She Leads podcast is the platform and the repository for so many of these women who have shared their knowledge and shared their expertise and shared their stories and their inspiration. I would really love for the She Leads podcast to be that place that all of you can tune into and know that week after week, you are going to be hearing something that is going to inspire you to change and to transform in the way that you want. And hey, if that is not what you want, hopefully, you'll get a little laugh, maybe smile, maybe hear something that's just interesting. We are totally okay with being exactly who we are. We don't always have to be striving to transform and change. We are perfect as we are. It's just that having, goals and wanting more is also a really great thing. We welcome everybody here at the She Leads podcast. And although we are super focused on highlighting women entrepreneurs, women leaders, I want to be very clear that this show is incredibly inclusive and that we get inspiration, knowledge, learning, and laughs and all of it from everywhere, right? From all people everywhere. I guess I'll just make that sweeping statement, from all people everywhere, right? It doesn't matter their gender, their sexuality, their preference, where they live in the world. There's so much to just be inspired by from humanity. And I choose to look at the good part of humanity and bring that to the She Leads podcast. One of the things that I also wanted to just kind of share with you today is that the conference, the She Leads Live 10th anniversary conference, is coming up in October 18th and 19th in New York City. And there are many, many people who are helping to make these 2 days extraordinary. And we cannot wait to welcome you to the She Leads Live conference. So if you haven't purchased your tickets yet and you're listening to this podcast, I would like to give you a very special offer. So I know that sometimes going to a conference, especially over 2 days and especially in New York City, might be a little overwhelming or intimidating for some people, and that you really want to bring a friend, but maybe, you feel that the ticket price plus maybe having to fly there, maybe having to get a hotel room might be outside of your budget. So I would like to offer to you that you can purchase a buy one, get one free ticket. So please just go to Instagram, She Leads Media, and DM me and just say, Adrienne, I would like the 2-for-1 offer for She Leads Live. And you can phrase it in any way you want, but go to Instagram, make sure that you're following She Leads Media, and just DM me because I am in the DMs all the time. It's me, and I definitely have someone helping me with social media. But if you DM me, she will let me know that there's a message in there for me, and I will give you a very special link so that you can purchase that ticket, and then you can sort of split that with your friend so that the both of you can experience She Leads Live together. Whether you are in corporate and you're looking to start a business, or you have a business and you're really looking to take it to the next level, whether that's visibility, whether that's revenue, you want to figure out what are the things and the steps that you need to take and who you need to be, quite frankly, in order to have a $1 million plus business. All of these things and so much more are going to be poured into you at the She Leads Live conference. So go out and get your tickets. Again, if you are listening to this episode, DM me on Instagram. Let me know that you listened into the podcast and that you are so excited to come to the She Leads Live conference and that you want the 2-for-1 offer. So thank you so much. We'll be back next week with another interview episode, and we will be interspersing some solo episodes and a bunch of guest episodes. I'd also like to know, what do you prefer? Do you prefer the interview episodes? Do you like when I get on here and I do my solo episodes? I really want this podcast to be valuable to you as a woman entrepreneur. I have extensive background in the corporate world in working with women-owned businesses. And if I don't say it enough, I teach at NYU and also at Rice University, and I teach entrepreneurship. So I am very familiar with all of the mindsets that we need to have and who we need to be in order to be successful entrepreneurs. And we do a lot of work on defining what that success means to you, because my brand of success is probably not yours, and it's all welcome. We don't need to be anything that we don't want to be. We don't need to follow the rules of entrepreneurship because there literally are none. But we do need to surround ourselves with other like-minded, especially women entrepreneurs who are trying to make a difference. If I don't emphasize it enough, when women have access to wealth, when they have access to capital, when their businesses get past that $1 million mark, they take that money and they do great things with it to help communities, their families, and also humanity, right? Women put money to work. And so that's why it's incredibly important for you as a woman business owner that you do what you can to blow past that $1 million mark, not for vanity reasons, not to say that you're a $1 million business, although those things are a lot of fun, right? Because we are proud when we get past that, but to actually be able to put the money to work for you, for your business, helping other women to achieve these goals. And more now than ever before, women are starting businesses, and all different groups are starting businesses at an incredible pace. And we need to really accelerate that learning and figure out what are the things that we need to do, what are the strategies that we need to employ, what are the tactics that we need to use, what are the tools, where is the support, where's the network, where's the community that we need in order to achieve those types of goals, right? It's bigger. When you get past that $1 million mark, all of a sudden there's a multiplier effect. And I want as many women as possible to get to that point so that we can truly make a real difference in the world, right? And I know that sounds really big, but I can't help but think that, the more women that have their hearts and their minds in the place of benefiting humanity, benefiting our planet, benefiting all of the world's ills, that we can do a really good job at healing many of those things to the best of our ability. And perhaps we can, take away some of the terrible suffering that is happening in the world today. So thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for supporting the She Leads podcast. It would mean so much to me if you could give the show a 5-star rating and review on Apple Podcasts and on all the other podcast listening platforms like Spotify. You can just sort of give a 5-star rating. And the reason that I am asking you to do that, it takes a few seconds, is because not only does that help the show, but it also helps all of the women that have been on the show. The more attention the show can get, the more attention the women that have been on the show can get, the more attention overall we bring to women entrepreneurs and the wonderful things that we're doing in the world. So take a moment, if you haven't done so already, and give the show a 5-star rating and review. And some of the favorite podcasts that I listen to, they actually ask you to take a screenshot and DM that screenshot to them in Instagram. So I'll ask, right? Because I really do want to hear from listeners. I want to know, what do you want to hear more of? What do you want to hear less of? Do you want to hear more from me? Do you want to hear more of my story? Do you want to hear from more guests? Do you want to hear from celebrities? And also giving the show the rating and the review is going to help all of that and be able to bring more opportunities our way. So take, give the show a 5-star rating and review, take a screenshot and DM me on Instagram at She Leads Media. And I really hope to see all of you at the She Leads Live conference on October 18th and 19th in New York City. And don't forget that there is a very special offer for listeners of this show that you can bring a friend with you. So buy one ticket, get one free. Thank you so much. And I will see you next week. This and all of our episodes are brought to you by the She Leads Podcast Network, the podcast network for women, by women. Thanks so much for listening to the She Leads podcast. If you enjoyed this episode and you'd like to help support us, please share it with others, make a personalized post about what you took away on social media, and please leave us a rating and review on Apple Podcasts. This helps our guests and our show to continue to gain visibility and traction. To learn more about how She Leads Media helps women to gain visibility, you can follow us on Instagram at She Leads Media, or you can head on over to sheleadsmedia.com. If you'd like to network with me and other amazing women, don't forget to join us each year for the She Leads Live conference. Thanks again, and we'll see you soon. This is the She Leads Podcast Network.